piece, I actually wrote this in the middle of the night. I came home from a venue, and a lot of times what happens when I go to these venues is my wheels start turning and just all kinds of ideas come to me. So this next piece is called Thirsty, and it's one of my favorites. Parched, dry, arid. Like a million dust particles baking in 110-degree desert weather, I'm so thirsty for you. You see, it's been so long since I've laid eyes on your chiseled face, your rippled arms, your dense legs, your sweeping smile, embraced your solid back, felt your thick hands grazing me in places that no one else's were allowed, in ways that caused my face to flush, my body to tingle, my knees to buckle, and brought my temperature so high, higher than a raging California wildfire. Oh, how I long for just a sip, a mere cool drop of what used to be. Sometimes my heart is so desirous of us that I begin coughing up recollections left and right from the severe dehydration in my soul. And they appear in 3D, high definition, Technicolor, and in Dolby sound across the 65-inch screen in my brain, playing over and over in slow-mo and in 78, pushing me down that lane called memory, and then leaving me there, alone, and so thirsty for just a small moment in time that once was ours. And frequently in the middle of the night, I am awakened by the slight echo of your baritone tap, tap, tapping against my eardrums like a favorite song not heard in years, and your hearty chortle bouncing through my head, causing me to break into an awkward guffaw of my own. Awkward because I realize I'm not really laughing with you, only the memory of you, because you're no longer there. And once I bring myself back to reality, I am yet again left thirsty. For a time when we were so right, we thought there was no such thing as wrong. We were totally enthralled by each other's love and devotion. Neither a care nor a fret in our cups. Just pure satisfaction. But then life happened, and things changed. And the road we once walked together hand in hand seemed to split into a fork. I stayed left and you stayed right, neither of us knowing how we got separated in the first place. Dumbfounded, we watched each other fade rapidly away into the distance, both of us on our own sides of the path. And before we even had a chance to wave goodbye, our views of each other got skewed, and in the blink of an eye, we were just gone. Well, I don't know what you did, but I looked around on my side and instantly felt the wintry draft of loneliness and despair. Then, before too long, probably before nightfall, that feeling crept up on me. And every cell in my being felt as desiccated as a throat, desperate for the type of replenishment that could only be derived from an ice-cold gulp of the purest water. But your love was no longer available for me to drink. And so I stood in the middle of the fork in the road without you and completely thirsty. What happened to you on your side of the path after I was out of your sight? Did you struggle like I did? Did puddles of salty tears fill your pillow late at night when you could no longer bear the deafening silence that took my place? Did you forget I was gone, call out my name, and then feel your heart shrivel when you realized I would not answer? I'm just wondering. Maybe one day our road will mend, or maybe not. Maybe you found a fresh supply to satiate your dryness, and maybe I will too. Or perhaps our thirst for each other will never be fully quenched, but simply pacified. Thank you.
Oh, wow.